Oh, I think I need to see my hairdresser.
I know I do.
That's the story of people with dreads.
You know?
Yes, especially when you get older.
Yeah, and I find that with the more gray coming in, my hair texture has changed and everything like that.
Yeah, but I always want to see your hair like your mom's. I'm quite sure people tell you that, don't they?
Uh, they may
Because her
think
hair is so pretty.
well, yeah,
And I saw you had the genes to do it, but
gotta do it. Gotta do it.
okay. So you want to bring me in?
Yeah.
Are we waiting for her to make adjustments? You
We're
good?
we're live.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, bring me in.
Well, here welcome to our the development of Sojourner Truth. Julia and I have been talking about this for years, in terms of exploring her life and her impact and her continued influence in our lives today. Sojourner Truth has an incredible story and speaks to our strength and our devotion to truth and justice, and her life reflects all of those things. So today we're going to start with a scene from the play Abolitionist Museum, where Sojourner Truth is one of the 8 historical figures who is he's doing some sweeping, isn't he? That's what we're doing, though. We're in rehearsal.
That's good for right now.
And so we're going to do this scene from Abolitionist Museum that will kind of give a bit of flavor about who Sojourner Truth is in that particular play, which it features 8 historical figures: John Brown, Nat Turner, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass. Did I say him? David Walker, Abraham Lincoln, and I always forget one of them, but anyway, that's enough of them for this point here. And Sojourner Truth, and they are wax figures in the museum. The museum curator brings in a Confederate flag, and they debate whether or not to burn that flag. And throughout this play, Sojourner has the flag, carries the Confederate flag around, and she is definitely on the side of burning the flag. So let's give you a little flavor of who Sojourner Truth is in Abolitionist Museum. What is your vote to be, Miss Truth? My dear Sister Sojourner is possessed by God. She knows what we must do.
Yes, Sister Harriet, you are correct. I know what to do. And my vote.
Wait. The audience doesn't know anything about you.
So tell them.
She was alone, utterly alone in the big city of New York. Her family disorganized, her marriage shattered, her name was in disgrace. All was lost, or so it seemed to Isabella Van Wagoner as she looked back on her life in the spring of 1843.
I have always prayed to God like one human being talking to another. One day, I was in my bedroom that was in the house of the family I worked for when suddenly from the walls, from the ceiling, from the very air came an answer. A voice said,
Isabella Van Wagoner, there's another person within you.
June 1st, 1843. I went to my employer, Mrs. Whiting. Mrs. Whiting, right?
Mhm.
Miss Whitney. Mrs. Whiting, and told her, my name is Sojourner Truth. The Lord has named me this. Oh, brother, I'm sorry.
No, go.
You changed some of the lines that threw me off. I'm trying to read from the book.
Do it the way you want to do it.
I remember.
Yeah.
My name is Sojourner Truth. God has named me Sojourner because I am to travel up and down the lands, showing people their sins and being a sign unto them.
Sojourner Truth was the first Black woman to become a public speaker in the abolitionist movement.
He threw me off.
Sojourner Truth, I'm at the top of 25.
Okay.
Sojourner Truth was the first Black woman to become a public speaker in the abolitionist movement.
4 to burn, 3 not to burn. What to do? What to do?
I was also going to tell about the time you exposed your breast in public.
Yeah. Good theater is always in good taste.
Abraham Lincoln, you challenged me mightily, Miss Truth. Frederick Douglass, one night she asked me a very difficult question.
Frederick, is God dead?
Of course not. How could one think such a thing?
Mrs. Stowe, my question was directed to Mr. Douglas.
God lives, but he is angry. Well, aren't you going to chastise Mr. Brown?
Mr. Brown can say whatever he pleases.
Harry Beecher Stowe, how do you feel about the fact that Uncle Tom has evolved into an insult, ranking only behind nigger as an utterance sure to provoke emotions in many corners? Uncle Tom was a good man, a strong man. The time for action is upon us. The Union must be saved. Mr. Lincoln, the union of good and evil taints all.
Which is why we must burn this flag.
No. Even with your vote, it is 5 for burning and 4 against curator. We must live by the rules when the rules are fair. In order to preserve the harmony of this museum, we must adhere to a majority rule system. Well, I think actually that is all the Sojourner Truth says in that scene.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't come back until the end of around the end of middle of page 27.
In the line, I'll give you that line leading into that.
Okay.
Frederick Douglass says, we must find ways to heal our wounds and join hands.
God gave me the name Sojourner Truth and told me that it is always a journey to the truth, and the truth will not be denied.
There it is. My favorite Sojourner Truth moment in this play is at the end of when we do the Gettysburg Address.
Okay.
And
Is it here?
yeah, let me see what page is that. That's
That's not when I say God bless America.
that's when that is.
We must burn this flag.
Right, exactly.
And everybody says, yeah.
Yep, that is the moment that I look for. And I can always try to find it, but
I don't know if you wanna hear the
yes.
okay. I found it on the phone.
Okay.
Okay, now she wait a minute. Gotta find it again. Lead of the movement. Boy. Give me 1 second here.
Mhm.
She is going to ask the Speaker of the House, I believe they call it, permission to speak.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have a few. Okay, she's gonna ask for permission to speak.
Okay. Do I need to respond, or are you just gonna do
You
it?
just say yes.
Okay.
I haven't really rehearsed this a whole lot. May I say a few words?
Yes, you may.
Also, having a problem with certain words
Okay.
because I lost some teeth.
Okay.
So you're like whistling, I don't know if you heard it.
Not really.
I guess because it's me. I know teeth are missing. Okay. May I say a few words?
Yes, you may.
I want to say a few words about this matter. I am a woman's rights. I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I have plowed and reaped and hustled and chopped and mowed, and can any man do more than that? I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much as any man if I can get it. I am as strong as any man. That is now. As for intellect, all I can say is if a woman have a pint and a man have a quart, why can't she have her little pint full? You need not be afraid to give us our rights for fear we will take too much, for we can't take more than our pint full holds. The poor men seems to be all in confusion and don't know what to do. Why, children, if you have women's rights, give it to her, and you will feel better. You will have your own rights, and they won't be as much trouble. I can't read, but I can hear. I have heard the Bible and have learned that Eve caused man to sin. Well, if woman upset the world, do give her a chance to set it right side up again. The lady has spoken about Jesus, how he never spurned women from him. And she was right. When Lazarus died, Mary and Martha came to him with faith and love and besought him to raise their brother. And Jesus wept, and Lazarus came forth. And how came Jesus into the world? Through God who created him and the woman who bore him. Man, where was your part? But the women are coming up, blessed by God, and a few of the men are coming with them. But man is in a tight place. The poor slave is on him. Women is coming on him. He is surely between a hawk and a buzzard.
Mm.
That's it.
Now, when did she deliver this?
She delivered it at the convention. That was the real speech.
At the Seneca Falls?
That was the real speech. It was published in. It has to hear the name of the newspaper. They published it, and it was It's called the Anti-Slavery Bugle.
Mm-hmm.
That published her speech a few days after the convention.
And this was supposed to be where she said, "Ain't I a woman?"
That's what her name was, Cage. I think Catherine Cage.
So 7 years
She
later,
changed it. She changed it. Yeah.
Catherine Cage added the whole "Ain't I a woman"
Yes.
to this speech
Right.
you just read.
Right.
Isn't that
And what
something?
she did when she opened it up, you notice what she said is, "I am a woman's rights."
Okay.
That's what she said.
Right.
Now, they also write about how it's kind of hard to portray how she spoke in writing.
Uh-huh.
You had to be there.
Uh-huh.
I get this woman's presence once was so dynamic
Uh-huh.
that she held the attention of everybody in there.
Right, right, right.
And I've also read where even though it was brought to the attention to, I'm not sure who this was, a scholar who this was.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, even though this is the real speech,
Mm-hmm.
the one that Cage did was more exciting.
Well,
That's the
yeah, I
reason
mean,
why they decided to.
yeah, she embellished. She took poetic license and just kind of
Yeah,
basically created a whole nother thing.
yeah.
But we can't do that and
No,
say that it's the truth.
no, because they got her version. She put all of that up. Well, children, why there is so much racket? There must be something out of kennel out there that twist the niggas. See, she used niggas and all that.
Right,
See,
right,
woman never
right,
mentioned, never said nigga.
right.
Twist the niggas of the South and the woman of the North all talking about rights. That white man will be in a fix pretty soon, but what all this here talking about? Oh, she really
Mm-hmm.
she the man over there, that woman need to be helped to. Oh, that man over there say that woman need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best places everywhere. Nobody ever helped me into carriages. Now I'm gonna tell you the story behind this.
Mm-hmm.
It was another lady with Cage. The Cage was the she was the one that was over the conference.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the one that introduced the next speaker.
Okay.
So after the first day, it was a 2-day conference.
Mm-hmm.
Sojourner Truth spoke the second day.
Mm-hmm.
After the the first day, I believe it was her and this other woman, I forgot her name.
Mm-hmm.
They were sitting down
Mm-hmm.
at the table, just talking, like me and you,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just sitting down talking.
Mm-hmm.
And she mentioned that about, shoot, ain't no man ever helped me over no puddles. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was when she said that.
Wow.
That was not part of the speech.
Right.
They were talking.
Wow.
So that's why when the argument came up that she lied, the other woman testified and said, well, I heard her myself say that that men never helped her over
Mm-hmm.
any ditches, but not.
It,
Yeah, she heard her say that, but
right.
She didn't
give a
say that.
speech about
No,
it.
she didn't say that at the.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
no,
That's so important
no.
in terms of how this all came about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she didn't say that because she spoke the number one. She spoke the second day.
Mm-hmm.
She did not speak. Uh, uh, um, which and I thought she would have let her speak the
Mm-hmm.
first day, but she didn't.
Wow. That's so fascinating.
Yeah, so that's how that happened.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, so she taken pieces of conversations
Uh-huh.
that they might have had and dressed it up
Right.
and made it, sound real
Right. Man, she
juicy.
sounds like,
Yeah,
yeah, she sounds like,
but I believe it can be done juicy. You really gotta imagine being her for a person to actually portray, I believe, that character correctly.
mm-hmm.
I mean, if she had people spellbound like that, I don't know if it was the way she was tall, her height,
Right.
her strong voice,
Mm-hmm.
but like the man said, it's kind of hard to capture that character on
Mm-hmm.
paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she's definitely
Yeah,
comes alive, in person, on stage. And
yeah. So
I think even more so on stage than on film, actually.
well, yeah. And I was thinking, gosh, who would even play this lady? You know,
Well, you were my standard for Sojourner Truth.
if I was skinny, you know what I
Wow.
mean, and tall,
I
which
think
I'm not.
I think this is it's the energy that is the most important part about that.
Yeah, but I
And
might can do her speech, like something like this, while I'm just doing the speech, but actually playing that part, you know. I don't know who that would be. And then I thought maybe a female basketball player, somebody tall, because she was real tall.
Again, you need somebody who can carry the dialogue, and just because somebody's tall doesn't mean they're going to be able to do it. I think it's more the energy and the kind of like
And I found out who it was that
emotional.
mentioned about her being a man.
Who?
I forgot what book I saw it in. He was a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a doctor. And he was the one that yelled out that she was a man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she unbuttoned her, but I think the way I read it, when she unbuttoned her shirt,
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't facing the crowd, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But she unbuttoned her shirt. I know she was facing the doctor, and
Mm-hmm.
she, pulled it open.
Mm-hmm.
So
And this was all in the same speech.
no.
Yeah.
She did the thing about revealing her breast. That was a different situation.
So that's an important one too.
Yeah, that was. I have to find it what book I saw it in, because I don't think it's
You
in
found
her
this on Google or
narrative.
something like that?
Hmm.
What you just read, where'd you find that?
I found this on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The women that I was going to tell you that said it in Dutch, in the Dutch accent. I was trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find that because I had that here also. Let me see.
Yeah, and I think Sojourner Truth, it really is, again, in terms of the connection to today's times, is real clear, because as Black women, we're still under assault for, everything, you know,
It's just so much, Ayana became. I think I told you, but Ayana became really deep involved, and what happened, slavery and all stuff like that. She found out about a lot of stuff. About I can't remember, was it red something,
mm,
when in different states all these black people were,
lynched.
yeah, and then they was a lot of murdering
The
and
summers of
killing.
red, yeah, the red
Yeah,
summers, yeah.
red summer, I think it was the
Mm-hmm.
red summer or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bodies found in New York.
Right.
Yeah,
The grave site, yeah.
yeah,
Right. They just recently found a grave site in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
yeah. I think that's what that's.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the one of the things she came across,
Right. Right.
and she is horrified by
Mm-hmm.
because when you really take time to look into all that stuff that happened,
Mm-hmm.
and it don't hit you until you actually take an interest in actually reading about it, and you say, "What?
Right.
You mean to tell me this kind of stuff was going on?"
Right. 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 I mean, this is why what we're trying to do with Juneteenth Virginia is so important, because the goal is to teach people how to be historical reenactors like they have in Colonial Williamsburg, but also actors on a Broadway stage. And the part about being a historical reenactor means you have to do research in
Mhm.
terms of understanding who your characters are and what their impact is present day. And Sojourner Truth is just
That's the reason why I initially started looking into her,
mm-hmm,
because I had to do the speech, and I said, well, I need
mm-hmm,
to learn more about this character.
exactly,
And man,
exactly.
I really got hooked on.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, because it's still relevant to our lives. I mean, just in this last year, there've been all of these court cases where Black women particularly, have had to fight for the hair growing out of their head. It's just like you can't wear that to this corporate job kind of thing like that.
I mean, tell me they was like not allowing black people to wear their hair in the natural.
Right, exactly. It's a crime for your hair to grow out of your skull. It's a crime for your hair to grow out of your head. And that's just insanity. And we, going to court to get permission to let our hair grow. You know, and we think this is normal. There's nothing normal
about that.
When was a white man told you can't be bald or you can't wear your hair like. I mean, back in the 1960s, there was always that big fight about the long hair versus short hair.
Wasn't there supposed to be an issue about the dreads? I thought it
Right.
was just the dreads.
I mean, it dreads as well as just kind of, telling folks they got to wear their hair with a relaxer in it, have your hair pressed and curled and everything. who decided, died and made you like, hairstylist, it's just kind of like, no, thank you. So,
Okay, I think that I found it. The one with the Dutch people. Let me see. Yeah, it was several women who wanted to do the Dutch thing. Let me see.
hmm
Let me see. This is
yeah, I get confused about them. See, Dutch is, I mean, that's the country, the Netherlands, right?
yeah. People used to call it Holland, but it
Uh,
was never Holland. It was always the Netherlands.
okay. And they speak Dutch there. Do they speak Dutch
Yeah, they
anywhere
speak
else?
Dutch. Yeah.
They speak Dutch anywhere else?
No,
Okay, just
no. Only they certain colonies that the Dutch started, but
mm-hmm,
those
mm-hmm,
colonies been so long they're not even just like they started the colony in the United States. So
mm-hmm,
nobody speaks Dutch in the
mm-hmm.
United States anymore.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
unless you had a really very heavy Dutch background.
Yeah. Okay.
But they are the ones that started a lot of it of this, at least the northern part, the New England states. The Dutch had
Mm-hmm.
a lot to do with
Yeah.
that development.
So Dutch, is it close to like German? Do you know?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Okay.
The accent is close to a German accent.
Okay.
If you could see her speaking
Mm-hmm.
with kind of a German accent,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very close. And then German is almost English anyway.
Oh,
The
English.
German words,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed because I have translated
Mm-hmm.
the speech.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a translation in Dutch, and a lot of the words are to me is English words.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it's just an English word with an accent on it.
Okay. Yeah. See, and this is the stuff you find out when you do the research, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, you know, and I was watching this movie. It was in Dutch,
Mm-hmm.
and they were speaking so
Mm-hmm.
fast speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that I was trying to read the closed caption,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to see if I could hear a distinct accent, and
Mm-hmm.
I really couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean they didn't act any different from us. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they everything was like normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
You know, how some cultures speak a lot with their hands, or
Mm-hmm.
or their accents have a certain swing to it. This
Mm-hmm.
didn't seem to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was saying, maybe a lot of the Dutch ways and language became a part that made the American dialect.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why I can't seem to pick up anything different, because I'm already too used to hearing it like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Mm-hmm.
though they're saying a different word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
So what's the translation thing like? So you just
Mm-hmm.
basic that you said you went to a translator,
Mm-hmm.
and how did that work?
I just went to I used the Google translator. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
got you. I got
and I
you.
took the speech and I pasted it
Okay.
in the translator.
Oh, okay.
And there were some words I recognized.
Okay.
It was just, you know, like I'm just guessing. Like if they said no,
Mm-hmm.
you said no, and they said nah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's no. It's just nah. N-A,
I
nah.
got you. So you had an app where you put the speech into the
Yeah.
translator, and then you heard it back,
Yeah,
the audio.
it translated into Dutch.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So like I already not doing the dialogue
Uh-huh.
in that first scene,
Mm-hmm.
I have everything in Dutch,
Okay.
and then it's going on. Then I got it translated
Okay.
underneath in
Okay.
English.
Oh, excellent. I like
Right.
that.
So
I like
so
that.
I want them speaking Dutch
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning,
Okay.
so people can understand this
Right.
woman.
Why she
That's
sounds the way she sounds.
that's all she knew.
Mm-hmm.
And when her parents came from Africa, they had to learn the language
Mm-hmm.
of the people, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
they spoke.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
spoke, even though they was in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and that was part of the United States. But of course, during that time, there was no United States.
Right.
It was just some free land they came across.
Right. See, what this does is it kind of breaks down stereotypes, because, which is why getting the Ain't I a Woman debacle figured out, because that's basically created a stereotype that, needs to be now kind of,
Yeah, I don't know who it was. It could be they felt the same way I did the first time I saw the speech and you wanted me to do it. But I said, gosh, did she talk like this? You kind of like squinch up. She was talking like this. I said, man, she was talking bad.
Yeah.
So I think everybody talk like that, unless if you're white, you don't think nothing of it.
Right.
But a black person looking at it, gosh, she talked like this. And I think that somebody just said, no, I know this can't be like this. And really went and dug. And somebody finally came across the truth.
Well, I mean, I remember when I found out, I was just kind of same thing, doing the research, to see, get more information. And at first I thought I was reading it wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I was confused. I was like, what? Where'd this come from? And but the revelation that it was all made up.
It just was it's a mess. And we just been screwed around so bad. It's just, it's a sad situation, but it's you're gonna try to make her into an icon, but you're gonna make her into an icon as some ignorant talking. But if she was like that, how was she able to go to court and win cases and things like that? The woman presented herself well.
Right. She was extraordinary. And I mean, I think for Black women, we are in a new day here. I mean, we now have a Black female vice president.
Oh yeah.
That's so this is as big as Barack becoming the first Black president. Now we have the first Black female
I feel like
vice president.
She's going to be the one that's going to be running things anyway.
Well, and certainly, many people already expect that Joe Biden is not going to run for a second term.
Oh yeah.
And that would put her well positioned to be, the candidate in 2024.
Yeah, I think that was just his way of trying to get her in there, and then he kind of like fade out.
Yeah, I believe that myself, and I'm not mad at him.
What is Trump doing? Is he still not receding?
I mean, I think it's slowly dawning on him that he has lost. It's gonna take him a minute, I think, but
so he still haven't accepted that he didn't win the election.
No, he's really got to get over it, and but we knew that if he wasn't gonna go like quietly into the good night, but
go down fighting.
He's gonna go down fighting, Bless his heart. Thank you. Whatever it takes, but it's January 20th.
Do him like he did that man. Remember the guy who had evidence on him that's gonna impeach him, and when it didn't go down, the guy knew he was gonna get fired when he got to work the next day.
Right.
And they had him escorted out of there. I said they should do him the same way.
Well,
okay, you won't leave this White House? No, I'm not leaving. And let the security take and throw him out.
Well, we can definitely.
You ain't president no more, okay?
I don't care where you go, but you got to get up out of here.
Yeah, see how that feels. How you do people like that.
Yeah.
Just firing people right and left and doing that thing. Was this recorded? What I said about Trump?
Yeah.
Trump is a jerk. Sing it. Trump is a jerk.
He's Trump.
A jerk. He's a merc. He's berserk.
We celebrate on November 7th, 2020, that Trump is no longer going to be president of the United States of America. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you much, Julia, for sharing a bit about the process of developing Sojourner
Oh,
Truth?
yeah. Well, I know we have to get out of here. We got a certain time to get out of here.
No, we got time.
I
What, you
just
got
wanted
something
you to,
else, Fluff?
I wanted you to hear that the ladies give a speech. These Dutch ladies.
Okay, yeah, if you can find that, that'd be
They
great.
found out about the research that was doing about that speech wasn't right, and that they were looking for um, Dutch people, black Dutch
Mm-hmm.
people,
Mm-hmm.
because there are black a lot of there's a strong black community
Mm-hmm.
over in the Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them did come over here. They did migrate over here. This is not like the ones that were already here because we already became Americanized so much,
Mm-hmm.
after slavery was over.
Mm-hmm.
But these, I believe, are Dutch that left the Netherlands
Mm-hmm.
and came over here probably within the last, I don't know, 20 years or so. Well, let me see if I can find I just got to go to, I got to go back to, okay. I'm not sure if this is one of them. I want to make sure it's one of the Dutch ones. Because I looked at all of them, they had them all set up in a row.
Mm-hmm.
All the ladies who auditioned
Mm-hmm.
and gave the I think this is one of them. Okay, I'll play this one.
Hey, Darlene, can we get this in the picture in the frame?
Well, I'm not sure. Just have to see. This is one of them. Sounds awful silent.
There must be something out of kilter. I think between the Negroes of the South and the women of the North all
she's
talking
doing the
about
original one.
rights, the white man will be in a fix pretty soon. That man over there says women need to be helped into carriages, lifted over ditches, and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody helps me into carriages or carries me over
So
mud
this is
puddles
the-
or gives
this
me
is the
any
fake
best
one.
place. And ain't I the woman?
This is the one that Cage did, Catherine Cage.
Look at me.
This is not
Look at my
the
arm.
Dutch. This is
Right.
not the Dutch one, no. But listening to her, she, where is it trying to put the character, the original person in your head when you are trying to talk like them? You know,
Mhm.
oh, please.
So.
Okay, let me see if I can find this Dutch.
Yeah. Because that's the fake news.
Mhm.
That's what we call in this time and age fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah, so they were doing fake news back in the 1800s there.
Okay.
That's right.
You agree with that, Derek?
Mhm.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because got to get the truth out.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
words. I want to say a few words about this matter.
Come
I
here.
am a woman's right.
Mhm.
I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I
She's
have
Dutch.
ploughed and chopped and mowed and husked, and can any man do more than that? I have heard about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much too if I can get it. I am as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is, if a woman have a bit and a man a quart, why can't she have her little pint full? You need not be afraid to give us our rights, for fear we will take too much. For we can take more than our pint will hold anyways. The poor men seem to be all in confusion and don't know what to do. Why, children? If you have woman's rights, give it to her and you will feel better. You will have your own rights and they won't be so much trouble. I can't read, but I can hear. I have heard the Bible and have learned that Eve caused men to sin. Well, if women upset the world so much, to give her a chance to set it right side up again. The lady has spoken about Jesus and how he never spurned woman from him. And she was right. When Lazarus died, Marie and Martha came to him and besought him to raise their brother. And Jesus wept, and Lazarus came forth. And how come Jesus into the world? Through God who created him, and woman who bore him. Man, where is your part? But the women are coming up blessed by God, and a few of the men are coming up with him. But man is in a tight place. The poor slave is on him, woman is coming up on him, and he is surely between a hawk and a buzzard.
Okay, then it's a more mature woman, not just but a more mature woman also does it.
That same speech.
Yeah, but
May I say a few words?
she looks like she
I would like to say
might
a
be
few words
mixed.
about this matter. I am a woman's rights.
But all the ones you're gonna
I
hear,
have as
they're all
much
Dutch.
muscle as a man and can do as much as any man. I have plowed and reaped and chopped and mowed and can do as much as any man. I can eat as much too if I can get it. I am as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is, if a woman have a pint and a man a
Can you hear
quart,
her accent?
Mm-hmm.
why can't
It's
she
not
have her pint full?
real strong.
You need not be
You know what I'm
afraid
saying?
Right.
to
Maybe
give us
like I
our
was saying,
rights,
we've gotten
for
used
fear
to
we will
hearing
take
it
too much.
because
We can't
their
take more
accent
than
has
our pint
become
will hold.
part of the American.
Poor man seems to be
American
all in
landscape,
confusion
okay.
and don't know what to
That's
do.
why the people in New York have a
Well,
very
children,
that New York accent.
if you
Right.
have woman's
It should
rights,
be a combination
give
of,
it to her
Dutch
and you
and
will feel
some of the
better.
other settlers up in New York.
You will
Right.
have your own rights.
But definitely it's not going to be a
And
Southern
there won't be so
dialect.
much trouble.
Definitely no,
Mm-hmm.
no.
I can't read, but I can hear.
I love that line. I can't read,
I
but I
have
can
read
hear.
the Bible and learned that Eve
Let me
caused men to
let me
sin.
go to the next person. So
Well,
that's what I did.
if women
I was checking to see which one of the ones who was speaking. This is the way she do it.
I want to say a few words about this matter. I am a woman's rights. I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I have plowed and reaped and husked and chopped and mowed, and can any man do more than that? I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much too, if I can get it. I am as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is, if women have a pint and men a quart, why can't she have a little pint? You need not be afraid to give us our rights for fear we will take too much, for we can't take more than a pint will hold. The poor men seem to be all in confusion and don't know what to do.
Our children, if you have women's rights, give it to her, and you will feel better.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the,
If you
I
have
think
your
the
own
older
rights,
woman is
they won't
next.
be so much trouble.
So what was this like?
They found out about the yeah, but this is the older woman.
Okay, go ahead.
May I say a few words? I want to say a few words about this matter. I am a woman's rights. I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I've plowed and reaped and husked and chopped and mowed. And can any man do more than that? I've heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much too if I can get it. I'm as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is if women have a pint and men a quart, why can't she have her little pint full? You need not be afraid to give us our rights, for fear we will take too much. For we can't take more than our pint will hold. The poor men seem to be all in confusion and don't know what to do. Why, children, if you have women's rights, give it to her and you will feel better. You will have your own rights and they won't be so much trouble. I can't read, but I can hear. I've heard the Bible and have learned that Eve caused men to sin. Well, if women upset the world, do give her a chance to set it right side up again. The lady has spoken about Jesus, how he never spurned woman from him, and she was right. When Lazarus died, Mary and Martha came to him with faith and love and besought him to raise their brother. And Jesus wept, and Lazarus came forth. And how came Jesus into the world? Through God who created him, and woman who bore him. Man, where is your part? But the women are coming up, blessed be God, and a few of the men are coming up with them. But man is in a tight place. The poor slave is on him, woman is coming on him, and he is surely between a hawk and a buzzard.
That's it.
All right.
Her
Do you
accent
have-
was the heaviest.
Can you read it? Can you bring it up
What?
into a reading?
Oh, which mean the speech
I
or
don't know. Yeah, what they were just doing.
you want me to send it to you?
I know. I want you to read it right now.
Oh, I have to.
If that side.
Is there? Okay, I gotta turn back to that. I was gonna say what the person who did this said. The reason why he did it. Okay, I gotta find the speech again.
Just yeah, a little reading there, just to so we have our own personal version.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even them. Uh, I guess the person really has to have to be really trying to do a play to do that speech the way it should be, the way she must have done it. Because they actually understand that they were just reciting
Mm-hmm.
so people can hear the accent.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah.
Okay,
All different ways to do it.
let me see.
Let me get
I
this
gotta
one
find
there,
it
there.
here.
Hand me that over there. Just the right there. Mm-hmm. Thank you, darling.
Okay.
I really don't understand why it's so cold in here. I mean, why they put it on freezing.
Because of times.
Yeah, is that right? Oh, okay. by that completely.
Okay, just give me a chance to try to find it again. So I turned away from it.
Man, I was looking
I
for
gotta
some.
go through explanations of the reason why people felt like it wasn't the real speech before they take you to.
Stuff just disappears. Hey, so Darlene, I sent you the pilgrimage stuff, right? You got that, and that was I brought that to see if to read it, to record it.
Okay.
We can do that. Um, what time is your ride?
I got a call on. I got a call before I leave, and so I probably will leave. Start packing at 5:30.
Okay, all right. So we got. So they're not coming from Yorktown, are they?
No, it's just an Uber like thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I keep forgetting that part. You know.
Yeah, I just got a call and tell them when I'm returning.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, we got 4:16. So yeah, we'll do this and then do that, and then we'll be finished.
Yes.
You've been really patient. I appreciate that. You
Yeah.
know, you've been good today. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, wait a
Yeah, well,
minute.
he's got a little older, so he ain't tearing the place up.
Yeah.
But I know, I remember them days with your nephew, though. Oh gosh, he was a mess.
Yes, he
If
was.
people would never know that he was like that. I mean, he used to be crawling all under the
He's
seats.
all over the place, right?
And oh gosh, that boy was something. And he ended up growing up to be a genius and going to college and
Yeah.
getting out, got a job paying good
Yeah,
money and stuff.
aerospace engineer.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
You would have never thought that, right?
oh my gosh. And we'd be trying to rehearse, and the boy was getting into all kind of stuff.
That's right.
You don't know what we talking about.
Yeah, Peyton claims
Yeah.
that we didn't know all
Gummy
that
got-
she
got
was
fat.
having to deal with, because I mean she was like the oldest, so she was supposed to be in charge and making sure he didn't get all over the place. And she's like, "That's a hard job."
Gummy got fat.
So you went too far. Went too far, huh?
Yeah.
That happens, you know. You learn by that. You learn by that. So the
Yeah.
next time you go, maybe I won't say that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect way, the Uber system. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this
Yeah.
one is given. That one gave me the old speech.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Revised. So it's revised, but that one wasn't revised.
It should be under like the authentic speech, the real
That's right.
speech. Well, good thing we weren't dependent on Jimmy, huh?
Yeah.
Good thing we had a plan B. Because plan A never showed up at the hangar here. I mean, my
He
goodness.
coming in tomorrow?
Yeah, well, put any big money on it. Maybe a couple dollars, but and I was like, I will definitely see you on Saturday, kind of thing. And it's just like, okay, good.
Do you remember the name of that paper? I told you it was something Bugle. Anti-slavery. Okay. Anti-slavery.
Go eat that fat. Eat too much.
So I thought you understood that.
Yeah.
That you didn't want to repeat all of that, go down that road. I thought you knew that.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Messing with your grandma.
Yeah.
She's trying to figure out
Okay,
something.
here it is.
Yeah, something.
Yes.
What is the
1986.
comment of the speech?
Oh goodness, it's almost 35 years old.
That's not much.
Published by Marcus Robertson, July 21st, 1851, in the Salem Anti-Bugle Slavery, Anti-Slavery Bugle,
Mm-hmm.
a few weeks after the speech was given.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, I think this should be it here.
Oh
I
my
believe.
God.
Okay, you want me to go ahead and say it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, try to. I'll do the best I can.
There we go. That's all I can ask for.
May I say a few words?
Yes, please.
I want to say a few words about this matter. I am a woman's rights. I have as much muscle as any man and can do as much work as any man. I have plowed and reaped and husked and chopped and mowed. And can any man do more than that? I have heard much about the sexes being equal. I can carry as much as any man and can eat as much as I can give. I am as strong as any man that is now. As for intellect, all I can say is if a woman have a pint and a man a quart, why can't she have a little pint full? You need not be afraid to give us our rights for fear we will take too much, for we can't take more than our little pint hole. The poor man seemed to be all in confusion and don't know what to do. Why, children, if you have women's rights, give it to her and you will feel better. You will have your own rights and they won't be so much trouble. I can't read, but I can hear. I have heard the Bible and have learned that Eve caused man to sin. Well, if woman upset the world, do give her a chance to set it right side up again. The lady has spoken about Jesus, how he never spun a woman from him, and she was right. When Lazarus died, Mary and Martha came to him with faith and love and besought him to raise their brother. And Jesus wept, and Lazarus came forth. And how came Jesus into the world? Through God who created him and woman who bore him. Man, where's your part? But the women are coming up blessed by God, and a few of the men are coming up with them. But man is in a tight place. The poor slave is on him, women is coming on him, and he is surely between a hawk and a buzzard.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
that's that's
Yeah,
gonna work.
I think putting emphasis on certain words, I think, will help because that's probably what she was doing,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm,
and being strong with it.
mhm.
So I think the ladies who are they're just reciting, but they're not
Right, right.
putting no real personality in that.
Well, I mean,
Because if
yeah,
she had everybody spellbound,
yeah.
I'm quite sure she must have had done it some kind of special way.
Yeah, well, they didn't strike me as being actors. They were just kind of reciting.
Yeah, so you can hear the accent.
Right, right,
But
exactly.
the older woman, I guess the one who most was really grew up in most of that
Mhm,
deep Dutch culture had
mhm,
the heaviest accent.
mhm.
Also, they went to that ship is called it's two ships. One is the Eastern Indian. Gosh, as much as I know the name of that ship too good, but it's not coming to my mind right now. But
Mhm,
the ship that was traveling to Africa.
mhm,
They was trying to get to India so they can trade spices with India.
mhm.
They took India something that they wanted, and they just like the India had all the good spices
You're
that
talking
you.
about not Columbus, are you?
Hmm.
You're not talking about Columbus in terms of who was on the ship.
Oh yeah, which ended up being a slave ship too. It was a trade ship. It was the Dutch East Indian a trading company.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it was the Dutch West India Trading Company, East India, Dutch East India Trading Company, and there was the Dutch West India Trading Company. They was trading spices
Right.
with India. They was trading beaver fur
Okay.
and taking it traveling to India and
Okay.
trading.
Okay.
So when they got into the slavery thing, I know that when they discovered the land that would end up being New York, they
Mhm,
needed somebody to help the people build
mhm,
and do the colonies.
mhm.
And they decided to get these Africans. So India already was by Africa.
Right.
And they was going that way anyway. So that's how they got here. And they
Uh-huh.
started taking the Africans to the Bahamas.
Mhm,
The Bahamas and all those other islands out there.
mhm,
They were dropping slaves off, to work on the islands.
mhm.
And when they, with the New York thing, when they accidentally bumped into that land,
Mhm.
so they would leave the Netherlands. The Netherlands is like right there.
Mhm.
And this here was, let's say, New York or North America. And over here was Africa,
Mhm.
Africa and India.
Right.
And then the Bahamas was, and the other islands were down here.
Right.
So when they left to go to India. So they went to Africa, okay, and they got some slaves. And when they left Africa, they went to South America, which
Mhm.
is over here. They went to South America and they went to the islands.
Mhm.
So on their way back, because the Netherlands was like across
Mhm.
with the Netherlands.
The Atlantic Ocean. Okay.
So on the way back,
Right.
they dropped off the slaves to New York.
Gotcha.
And then they went back to the Netherlands
Mhm.
until it was time for them to make another trip.
Okay.
So they never did go here and back here. No,
Mhm.
they went here and went their route
Mhm.
to South America and the all the islands
Right.
and in the Caribbean,
Mhm.
and then on the way back, and that's they lost a lot of slaves died because that was a long trip
Right.
going away from Africa and going all them places,
Right.
and then going to catch New York on the
Mhm.
way back.
Right.
You
Right.
know, a lot of them just didn't make it.
Right. So when in the show, what we would do is have basically a map, and you would be able to just kind of just what you just did on
Yeah,
the table,
the route.
show the route and everything like that.
Because with my research, it showed the route.
Mm-hmm.
They were not the ones
Mm-hmm.
that brought the slaves to Virginia. They were not.
Okay.
Yeah, that is absolute because I checked that.
So
No, that was
White
who
Lion.
was that? Was that the Spaniards or the British?
Well, I mean, I think
Because the
the
Spaniards
Portuguese,
started
perhaps.
becoming jealous
Mm-hmm.
of the Dutch. The Dutch monopolized the trading company.
Mm-hmm.
They were they were trading more than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They were building ships. They was making
Mhm.
buku money.
Mhm.
So the Spanish said, "Hey, why should they make all the money?" So the Spanish started, and then they got into some kind of fight, and they started fighting and warring, and the French they wanted to make some money too trading, and then everybody started noticing the slave trade. Everybody wanted to get in,
Right.
So it was I guess the French and the Spanish came and. They took them slaves to America.
Mm-hmm.
Now they also was involved in taking slaves to the islands too.
Mm-hmm.
They were involved in that.
Mhm.
That's the reason why you got Haiti. Haiti is French,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got Puerto Rico is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason because that's
Okay.
where the Spaniards dominated
Right.
some islands.
Right.
But as far as the northern part, that was the Dutch.
Right.
That was not the same slave trade.
Right.
No,
Right.
no, that was somebody else in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now the English, when the Dutch took over the whole northern part of America and had renamed all these Dutch
Right.
names,
Right.
they gave it all these Dutch names.
New
And
Amsterdam.
yeah,
Where'd that
New
come from?
Amsterdam and all that stuff there, they had renamed it. So the English decided they wanted to take uh, New York. They decided they wanted to take New York away.
Mhm.
So they started fighting the Dutch. They said the Dutch didn't even try to put up a good fight.
Mm.
They just technically said, "Here, I don't want to fight," and they gave them New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And New York was named after I forgot the name of the king, but anyway, that's where he was the Dutch of York.
Mm.
Not the Dutch of York, not Dutch of York, because it wasn't Dutch. It was British.
Mhm.
But anyway, his name was York, this king
Mm-hmm.
or prince, whoever he was.
Mm-hmm.
That's who New York was named after.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because they had named New York a different name. They had gave it a Dutch name, I think.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they lost that. They lost that. So
All right.
yeah, that's where New York came from. That the Dutch didn't have anything to do with the name New York.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
but they were the ones that started populating. They populated uh, New York, the whole state.
Mm-hmm.
They populated New York, and they populated, I think, Pennsylvania, and they populated most of the New England states. And then when the British came, the British started trying to populate some of the on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
They started trying to populate like Connecticut and stuff like that.
So this is connecting to the present in terms of, I mean, a lot of these New England schools and institutions are starting to talk about reparations in terms of, where we are today. And I mean, so things that are happening include free college tuition to descendants of the enslaved.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Mhm.
Now it's not only America. All those people on that slave trade route, all those countries every slave descendants of all those countries are all were all
Mhm.
demanding retribution.
Mhm.
And a book came out about it that what can you do? Are you going to try to give everybody retribution for the descendants being enslaved all over the world? All of these countries are scared.
Mhm.
That's what it's because everybody all of a sudden,
Mhm.
wants to be some type of something.
Mhm.
To me, it'd be a good thing. At least you apologize. You know,
Well, I mean, many
so
believe the
or
apology
something,
is the beginning of the whole process, but
or
the
something,
apology doesn't
yeah.
mean anything without reparations.
Especially in the Netherlands,
Mm.
those Dutch people have really been given the Netherlands a big problem, and those people are so ashamed
Mm.
of the part they played.
Mhm.
They don't even want to talk about it. But those young people are practically rioting.
Mhm.
You know, they want them to stop being silent because they know they have evidence. They want them to talk about what they did.
Right. Right.
They played a strong part in it, a
Right.
strong part,
Right.
but they got their lips
Right.
buttoned. They trying to act like it never happened. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to bring it up. They want
Right.
nothing. The
Right.
other countries are just scared.
Right.
They don't know what to do.
Again, I mean, I know I sound like a broken record, but this is why we do this work at Juneteenth VA, because we have to get people to talk about this difficult history.
What they did,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we have to. If we don't have the conversation, we don't ever get to heal and move beyond it. We continue to kind of sit on it and let it fester. And I think 2020 has made it clear to everybody we don't have time for that. It is. We got to face the facts and move. And deal with them. And
Well, it's something that everybody started,
mhm.
at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this pandemic has basically put everybody on the same playing field. And rather than return to the old way of doing things, it's time to take of where we are and move forward. So, with that, I want to thank everybody for being a part of the process here. It is about, again, taking this difficult history and trying to help America as well as the world heal from the wounds of slavery without shame or blame. That is our goal, and that is what we are intending to do. All right. Thank you. See you the next time.
Congo mom.
Oh my goodness, is that gonna be a podcast? Is
That's
that
what
gonna be a
we.
YouTube?
Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, we're
Oh
gonna.
my
Yeah.
gosh.